Hello, my name's Karin Stanley. I'm an Irish-born garden designer and sculptor. I'm passionate about the Irish and Scottish gardens, along with my love of poetry, gardening of course, megalithic art and archaeology and travelling. I went to the Radcliffe programme. I graduated in landscape history and design. I designed the garden for the Irish Tourist Board at the then New England Flower Show. Every couple of years I lead a garden tour to either Scotland, Ireland or Wales for a number of private groups. The Ireland Arboretum last year, I did it for the Minnesota Horticultural Society with Coast and Burrell when we went to Ireland, Northern Ireland and Scotland. So I always have fresh new photos to change around my lectures. My first lecture, The Uniqueness of the Irish Garden, is a lecture I've given at the Philadelphia Flower Show, the Ireland Arboretum and a number of clubs. We go on a gallop, a 101 around Ireland, where I bring you from the ancient landscapes up through the centuries. We see a lot of the development of the Irish garden and its evolution, the families that are still in some places stewards today, and who all the new superstars are. We have the added bonus of the Gulf Stream, so we have the gardener's dream palette because we can grow in multiple zones. So you'll see plant combinations that are rather unique to Ireland. The Glorious Gardens of Scotland is similar, a similar style lecture to the Irish one. Again, a gallop from the Highlands down to the Heathers and Dumfries up to the Firth of Forth. We're going to look at a lot of the extremely fabulous architecture that the Scots are known for. The baronial style, castles, manor houses, their high Victorian Gothic architecture. Of course, we're seeing a lot with Outlander, Shetland and the Queen. And also they have extremes of weather and climate because of the Gulf Stream on the west, and they have to deal with the north blustery winds of the North Sea. So we see a lot of walled gardens and how they are real leaders in orchards and growing in extreme situations. Art and Spirit in the Garden is where I, as a landscape designer and artist, I wanted to share my ideas and my philosophy and my method in a sort of practical how-to. So we go through a lot of different ideas, some fresh angles of how you can find that inner quiet garden room within your garden. Most of us have gardens, and it's finding that other place. How to sort of synthesize and synchronize something special, and then I'll go through materials that you can consider, different combinations. I'll go through plants, lighting, sound, and just finding that other enchanting secret space within your garden, whether it's for hospice, healing, meditation, celebration. It's a good sort of workshop-y how-to program. Sculpture in the Garden, close to my own heart because I feel every garden should have sculpture in it. We will look at a number of different sculptures in situ around the world. We will discuss what makes a good piece for a good site. So it'll be like site, how to select, how to site, and what plantings one could consider around a plant. And we will look at many examples. My own work is in Wellesley College, the Mass Hort Society, and globally, but I love to share my thoughts on sculpture, so it might inspire you to consider a sculptural element for your home or community. Poetry in the Garden, close to my heart. We Irish are reared on Yeats and Kavanagh, so it's sort of in our DNA, and I weave it through my life. And in 1990, I remember the Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream. A certain few lines inspired me to do a little painting of a kind of a dream garden, a small little garden, which I actually ended up creating. And so I've been in a writing group for 15 years, 2 different groups, and I read a lot of poetry, I write a lot of poetry, and I feel it's a very interesting way in. It's a sort of lyrical journey into the garden. Poems about plants and places and dreaming spaces. I think you'll find it an inspiring and enriching program. We will look at Ian Hamilton Finley's garden, the great concrete poet, Little Sparta. It's a garden that he created full of all his intellectual ideas about history and the Romans, and he created a rather extraordinary place, and we will look at that. If you're interested in any of my lectures, I'd love to hear from you. My information is here on the last page, my website, my phone number, and my email. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful summer in your garden. We really need our gardens now, and I hope to meet you in real life, not virtually like this. Thank you very much.